I am going live. Take that how you will. Excellent. Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, bum. Oh god. Max is already here. Jesus, some of you guys are quicker than I am. Fuck. Chat box, why are you so janky? There we go. Locking in. Wait till a few more people show up. Till I even get numbers on here. Can't even see my own stats. Also, hello Max, how are you? Hello ZV, what is going on? Can we all see me? Can we hear me? Are we good? We don't have background music because I keep getting copyright claimed, man. Every time I try to find copyright-free music, it doesn't matter if it says it's copyright-free, I still get copyright claimed. Which, I mean, minimal issue. First world problem, really, to be quite honest. People are dying, Kim. Sorry, I've been watching a lot of Epic the Musical animatics, and a lot of their songs are stuck in my head. My dad's favorite hobby is actually watching police body cam footage. So is mine. Purple Spy, hello, how are you? Have you eaten, staying hydrated, taken any meds if needed, stretched today? I did adulting, so that's a thing. I mean, I technically ate. I ate the components of a bologna sandwich, I just didn't put them together. Because, I mean, it's only, like, social norms that say you have to put the bologna on the bread with the cheese and then another piece of bread and eat it that way. No, there's no rule that really says you can't just shove 2 pieces of bologna in your mouth and then eat a piece of bread. It's a sandwich. Fuck you. I also have, meal replacement shakes that I drink because I don't eat enough. And I had one of those today, too. I haven't made dinner yet, but I'm going to. ZV, yes, Epic the Musical. I know. I've gotten a little... I haven't, like, seen the whole musical, but I got right into the animatics and the songs. I've been obsessed with Dark Souls 1 again. The PvP is damaging my brain. Oh. Yeah, PvP gets toxic as hell. My boyfriend is the sweetest man ever until you get him on a PvP game, especially if there's building involved. Then he turns into a whole other beast. And raiding. I remember when Epic was first announced, I thought it was going to end up like Tumblr, like those Tumblr Kickstarter projects. Honestly, I didn't even like... I don't know. I'm not like... You're not plugged in. Sorry, I was laughing at the boyfriend. I've suppressed my inner theater kid when I was young, so I don't really like super keep up with musicals, but I mean, when the musicals get big, all the artists like pop off on YouTube and make their animatics, and I absolutely love those so much. Like they're kind of my favorite things ever. That's how I found out about Six the Musical, was mostly through fan animatics, and I'm like, wait a second, what is this? This is a thing? Same with Epic. I think it was ruthlessness is what drew me in. Honestly, who doesn't though? But today we're starting with something really, really fun. Well, fun for me. I came across this, stumbled across this on my, just my main YouTube page, I think last week, because I too watch body cam footage in my spare time just for fun. And I'm all congested, so that's why you guys keep hearing me swallow, and I'm sorry. Yeah, it's actually been good for me, to be quite honest, because I used to be very, very ACAB, very ignorantly ACAB, to be quite honest, if I must admit. And watching body cam footage has kind of shifted my perspective to be a little more understanding. Because honestly, if I had to put up with some of the drunk white bitches that these cops have to put up with on a daily basis, I'd probably be an asshole or a bastard too. So I no longer fully believe in all cops are bastards, but I have seen enough body cam footage to fully believe that some cops are bastards. Hey, Grunkle Funkle. Pickles Pickle. You guys have some of the best names sometimes. Not gonna lie, I watched Hamilton through the animatics. That's another one, Hamilton. Got here late again. You were like the first one in, Max. What are you talking about? I'm pretty sure you were like in the chat before my metrics even popped up. Grunkle Funkle has evolved into a pickle. Funniest shit I've ever seen, right? Okay, so yeah, so this was body cam footage that I stumbled across. It's from the words sorry, I just installed a new language update and it's not going well. Um I first saw the video on the account's called Police Activity. It's kind of huge. But now at this point, like it's made it onto news sources and eWoo. Oh, I left because you weren't here. I didn't get the notification. Apparently nobody's been getting the notifications, which I never really thought to talk about because I didn't think it'd be that important for most of you that I went live. Apparently YouTube does that from time to time. You may just have to go and make sure like you click the little bell and make sure you have the all notifications thing. Because if you don't have it for all, then it won't let you know when I'm streaming, apparently. Because YouTube sucks. I know for a good while they were going through an issue where like they were, well, it wasn't an issue, it was an issue for people, it wasn't an issue for YouTube. They were like unsubscribing people from random accounts. It was strange. So keep an eye out for that. But yeah, so I saw it on Police Activity, which is where we're going to be watching the footage from. And, oh, I didn't have them on. You had to turn on all. Yeah. Yeah, you have to turn on all or else it'll, like, YouTube will pick and choose, and usually they just decide, you're small, nobody cares. And it's like, well, probably true. At this point, this story has made it to the news. It has made it to, like, eWoo, which is Explore With Us, which is where I get a lot of my, I watch a lot of my true crime, to be honest. The body cam footage I get comes from all over the place. Usually I'm brought in by a title. And this one brought me in, and I... Do I tell you guys now or do I wait? No, I'll spoil it for you because the title's what drew me in to even click on it and go, wait, what? And the title of this video is Deputy Overdoses on Fentanyl After Smoking Seized Drugs at Sheriff's Station. Like, that's all I needed to see. I was like, oh, yes, please. Yes, please. Voguish Throne, hello to you. So this is so fun. I love this so much. Spoiler alert, nobody dies. Just so nobody thinks that I think death is fun. And you guys will see why I think it's funny as hell. I gotta skip through this a little bit because it is the entire body cam footage. It hasn't been edited. So, like, there's no audio here because I haven't turned it on yet. Am I gonna skip? Yeah. Okay. So, just to set up some. Hang on, let me drag this down. Just to set up the scene here, we have these two cops. They both are in their own cars, right? So they're not like partners in the same squad car. And they're coming up to talk to this guy. It hasn't really been established if like somebody called in because he's loitering or something, but they'll point out in the body cam footage, you'll hear it in the audio, that like they already know this guy, they've dealt with him before, so they know he's a meth head. Likely why they probably approached him. So this is the scene that we come across as the body cam and the audio starts. Let me get closed captions on here too.
I just saw you last week over here, bro. Yeah. You was dancing at the same time too, man. Yeah. You promised me your best dance moves. Who? You. Yeah.
That's the other thing is I love it too because in terms of like how meth heads go, like this guy's just dancing. He's just having a time, high off his rocker on what seems like good shit, given how good of a time he's having. Even last time they're like, you were dancing, you promised us your best dance moves, and they're just coming up on him.
You promised me your best dance moves. Yeah, definitely. What's up?
This is a chill meth head, I gotta say.
Last time I went, the stadium was about to fall down. You were about to pass out the other night.
Ryu. Hang on. We pause here to catch Ryu up. Ryu's like, oh no, what the hell is this? This is some body cam footage that I came across last week that was just so fun. Fun for me. Nobody dies. Just a PSA or fuck spoil it there. Nobody dies, so we're not laughing at a death. But the video title is Deputy Overdoses on Fentanyl After Smoking Seized Drugs at Sheriff's Station.
It was on that Fetty.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Is that what that foil is right there in your pocket?
So now they're talking about drugs. He just said you're on right there, he just said you're on that Fetty. You even saw it in the probably saw it in the closed captioning there. You're on that Fetty. He's talking about meth. Fentanyl really, but get put work.
Oh, shit, yeah.
It's like, is that sticking out of your pocket?
Is it? I think it is.
I think it is. I think it is.
Yeah?
Nah, not for now.
So you could either hand it over or I could put you in cuffs and take it out your pocket. It's up to you.
Just... Nah,
Red flag right there. Okay, all right. I have been stopped by cops. I have had my weed seized from cops. The cop that says you can hand it over or you can get arrested. The red flag. Red flag right there. Like, honestly, my dumb ass when I was like 17, 18 and on the street would have been like, why? Because you gonna smoke it later.
it's not illegal.
Nah, the one in your little drug pocket.
The one in your little drug pocket.
Nah, you hit it.
Huh?
You hit it, bro. I'm giving you the chance just to hand it over.
Oh. Like, why? Why are you giving him a chance? Just to hand it over. What's that accomplish? And this guy is just so off of his fucking rocker right now. He's so high.
And then what?
If I hand it to you, then what? Come on, hand it over. This is dirty as hell, man.
Can I get it back?
How about that straw right there? Right there. Right there.
You know how it goes, man.
Empty your pockets.
Oh, I thought I'm good.
I thought I'm good.
Bro. You want that shit, bro? You almost passed out last week.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did, dude. You were about to Narcan you.
Nah, that was...
Okay, did y'all catch that? Did y'all catch that right there? We almost had to Narcan you last week. See, video's so low compared to you. Okay, I was worried about it being too high, so fuck. I'll go back so you guys can rehear that. Thanks for telling me. ACAB is from the bastardized system, not the individual cop. Well, see, my video, like, I've started watching a lot of body cam footage, so, like, my view on I used to be very, very ACAB, which I don't very much believe in it anymore, because, frankly, if I had to deal with the kind of shit that cops have to deal with from drunk white women alone, I'd be a bastard too, to be quite honest. So I don't really believe in ACAB anymore. I believe in SCAB, which is instead of all cops are bastards, some cops are bastards, because objectively that's just true. Because I have seen enough body cam footage where it's like, oh, you're just a dick. I didn't mean to right click.
So I hand it to you and then what?
Hand it over. Hand it over.
Just hand it over. Just hand it over.
Can I get it back?
How about that straw right there? Right there. Right there.
You know how it goes, man.
That's
Empty your
scabs. Scabs! Oh my god, scabs, yes.
Oh, I thought I'm good.
Nah, you ain't good, bro.
You just told him you were
shit,
good.
bro. You almost passed out last week.
You almost
No,
passed
I
out
didn't.
last week.
Yeah, you did, dude. You were about to Narcan you.
We were about to Narcan
Nah, that wasn't me, sir.
That female deputy from last week.
you. I keep pausing this, but it's I have to. Y'all hear that? We almost had to Narcan you last week.
I didn't go there.
You want me to do my job?
So, they put him in cuffs, right? I'm skipping through to the important parts here. They put him in cuffs, they empty his pockets, all this shit. Pretty sure, where is it? They end up just like letting him go. Putting his gloves on. Well, actually, that was the meth. Hang on, let me go back. That was him putting the meth in there.
I just going
Where is it?
Oh, it's a dash.
Because he's got the meth in his hand. We picked it up off the ground. It's in his hand, like, he just... Oh. Sorry, keep going back. He tosses it into this hand here.
Hyphen.
Oh, I fucking spoiled shit there. And then he's taken out the glove so he can drop it in the glove and then put it in his car. Oh, I forgot to pause. No glove. Glove's gone. So meth goes into the glove, into the front seat of his car. That's a very, very strange way of booking evidence of a felony, but I mean, pop off. Alright, so all in all, what happens to the meth head really doesn't matter. I'm pretty sure they end up letting him go. Is that more meth? Okay, we'll keep watching. I think there's more to this.
You got some nitro gloves, bro?
See, now he's asking for more gloves.
Yeah.
Because the meth is in that glove. I'm pretty sure. If it's not now, it's later.
He's been trespassed like most of these properties out here, so. Except for here.
Come on. Get to it.
I need to stop doing this stuff, man.
You gotta stop doing this stuff, man.
Free sender with the
Stand up.
I think it's complete.
Huh?
And I gotta make sure everything's up to date. Log it out.
Sit down real quick. What is this? What exactly is this?
There's the meth.
Crystal?
Crystal meth.
Lisa.
Opens it, which, by the way, really, really shouldn't have done that. Like, in all honesty, fentanyl can, like, kill you really easily, and it is airborne 9 times out of 10 because it's usually powder. That can get airborne really quickly, and, like, the tiniest, like, a gram hits your fucking skin, it goes, like, it can be absorbed through your skin, and you overdose and die. So, they've already had to almost Narcan this guy, so they've already suspected that he's doing fentanyl, so you're just gonna open the foil right there and expose yourself to it? Like, why? Is this becoming a React channel? It's an I do what I want channel. Also, hi, Alyssa. Oh, hide the body cam footage.
Oh, you just been chasing the dragon, huh? Yeah.
Chasing the dragon is smoking heroin, my guy.
Okay.
Open it a second time. Go ahead.
Hey, Dan, I'm gonna give you a citation for this, okay?
I'm gonna give you a citation. He's where he fucking does it.
Bro. Otherwise, you're gonna be here, keep doing the same shit, okay?
I want to do the same shit.
Catch it on camera.
But last time I saw you tweaking on the grass back there.
You touched it with your bare hand. You touching it with your bare hand right there. Which means you ain't shy about drugs. Again, weird way to handle evidence. Oh, look at that. Into the glove. Weird way to handle evidence.
chasing that dragon, boy.
Okay, so he took the drugs. Do. And then, so it's, you can see the sun setting right there. You can see right there. You can see the sun is setting. So it's about the evening. And then later, by the time it's roughly nighttime. Why are you taking forever to load? No, that's bullshit. You fell for it. You would need to cover your hand in patches and wait for like an hour. Alyssa, we're talking about street fentanyl. We're not talking about medical grade fentanyl. There is a big difference between the fentanyl that's laced in drugs that is drugs are laced with on the streets and the fentanyl you get in like the hospital. The shit that's in like street drugs is not like they didn't just grind up a fentanyl patch and put it in there. And like fentanyl is actually like super dangerous. Like kids have died from, and I mean like 16-year-olds have died from smoking a single joint from weed laced with fentanyl. But yeah, no, street fentanyl is not the same as like medical grade fentanyl. So, later in the evening, as you can see it's dark, this is our same cop pulling up right here. Straight to the, I missed something. Hang on, let me go back there. Fuck. I meant to point it out. Come on, work computer. Okay. So, you see him going in. Do you see him staring at his phone? Watch him walking down the hallway. He's staring at his phone. See that? Still staring at it. More, a second here. Weed laced with fentanyl was also a myth. Alyssa, no, it wasn't. My roommate's coworker died from that shit. It's not a myth. I was there. Not when he died, but I was there when it happened. I was living with her when it happened. Weed doesn't kill people. You don't smoke a single joint and then fucking die in your garage like 7 feet away from your father. That's not weed that does that. That's fentanyl. That's not going to show up, is it? Yes, it does. Fentanyl shows up in your system. If you smoke fentanyl, it's going to show up in your system. People smoke those patches. I took medical fentanyl for surgery once. I remember it being a lot stronger than morphine. Yeah, it is. To check Snopes. I don't need to check Snopes. I literally was like there to see it happen. Oh, I'd send citations, but I can't. It's not going to show up, is it? What drug doesn't show up in your system? There's drugs that they have to test for, otherwise they're not going to see it. Like, if they're not testing for fentanyl, chances are they won't see fentanyl. If they're not testing for nicotine, chances are they won't see the nicotine. Like, they have to, like, specifically be looking for the thing to find it. It's not like they just do, like, a general blood panel and there's, like, your blood work just screams, oh my god, there's drugs in me. Like, they have to test for the actual shit. Okay. I get that Snopes says it's a myth, Alyssa, but again, I've literally seen it fucking happen. Like, I watched my roommate have to go through the grief with her friend because his kid fucking died. And this was only like 4 years ago. So, respectfully, Snopes can fuck off. But like there's also the fact that like certain drugs may have a reason for being in your system. They may have a reason to not look for it, but for the most part, they have to like be looking for a specific thing to find it. Yeah. I mean, Snopes is wrong sometimes. There's like there's also the fact that like I mean the internet is not a like objective catch-all source. Like I read it on the internet, it used to get you fucking laughed at when I was a kid. But I am gonna finish rolling this joint and put this video on for you guys to watch, and then I have to go mute myself for a second. I just had to get my thing. It's more like anything you take will be in your system by default. It doesn't just it doesn't just disappear. There's also like what's the term? Half-lives. Like the half-life of of like certain chemicals are different than other ones, and that means like how quickly it dissipates when it is in your system. So like some drugs have a smaller half-life than other drugs. So like if it's been longer than certain a certain number of days or whatever, then it won't show up. Yes, but literal research papers are on the internet now. Yeah, and the kid that's dead is still very much fucking dead, regardless of the research papers. And he was not dead from the weed, he was dead from the fentanyl that was found in the weed from a 16-year-old that didn't have a drug problem and wouldn't have had any other way to get his hands on fentanyl, only bought street weed. So, Alyssa, honestly, stop. Because now you're kind of getting insulting. I am going to put this video back on and we're going to watch the hilarity of this fucking idiot here. Also, remember how he said we just almost had to Narcan you last week, and he goes into this bathroom looking at his phone. Some time goes by. Oh, closes the door too. Just watch this for a second. By the way, there's no audio because there just is no audio in the video right now. I didn't mute you guys like that. But, real quick here. I love that I was saying all of that and you guys couldn't hear me. Thank you, Venus. Or Victoria. Sorry, Victoria. I thought you were Venus for a second. You yourself and me. And Venus just said it too. Yep, thank you guys. I'm dumb, okay? We've established this. I'm very dumb. Ah, that was great. That'll be great. Is this on purpose? No. Yeah, I was tricking you guys. No, no. I'm just stupid. She has her cat headset on. She can't hear us. Oh no. Um, so what I was saying was you guys saw what he saw when the cop like you the second cop and the second cop walked in. You saw what he saw. Select the content of my message or the message itself. What? I'm so wait, what just happened? Sorry, I'm catching up on chat now and I'm leaning away from my own camera. Oh. When did I do my hair? Oh, I did it a couple of days ago, actually. I forgot to show you guys. I'm sorry. Yeah, as in smoking and injecting. Guys, I've known people who literally used to smoke the patches. Don't ask me how. It's disgusting. But they literally used to smoke the fentanyl patches. By the way, the audio, the video is no audio. I didn't mute it. Instantly mute self. That's great. I love that for me. The act of showing that on screen. I mean, I'm gonna show it again. You'll see more of it. Again, I've already prefaced this. Nobody dies. This cop doesn't die. He does survive. He's okay. He's not gibbled. I mean, he is right now, but he won't stay that way. So, this other cop walks in. He sees him on the floor doing the fentanyl lean. And doesn't go to render aid. Doesn't go to check for a pulse. Nothing. Immediately runs to his car for the Narcan. Now, if your cop buddy doesn't have a regular habit of doing drugs and thus might be susceptible or be subjected to fentanyl, why would Narcan be your first go-to?
I'm assuming the fentanyl guy.
When you shut up, Dwayne. Why is that your first go-to when you see somebody unconscious on the floor? Did he get fired though? I gotta look a little more into that because the end of this body cam footage is before it got like picked up by any news sources or anything. So the end of this body cam footage is the cop who did the meth in the hospital, regained consciousness, his family is there, and his other cop buddies are there, and the way they're talking is very much like, let's set up plausible deniability for this guy. So it goes a little sketchy. I'm pretty sure he got fired. If he didn't get outright fired, you know he got, like, forced into retirement. But yeah, I did find that very interesting that his first go-to was literally to grab the Narcan. Yeah, no vital check, no fuck man, no nothing, just let's go get the Narcan. And, oh shit, I keep clicking out of the screen. Hang on a second, this is so funny, I love this. This is why it's so funny, alright? So, Buddy's here, gibbled on the floor, dick is out, that's why it's fucking, that's why it's blurred only in that square, because his dick is out, okay? He took his belt off, he set up the little fucking shelf, look where he's standing, okay? His feet were probably where his knees were. I've seen people fold like that, that's how it happens. His feet when he was standing are probably where his knees were. You can't tell me he's pissing from back here. So he went in there, phone in hand, goes into the handicap stall, sets up his little shelf, takes off his belt, takes his dick out, decides to smoke some meth. You know he went in there watching porn. And he's got the lighter in his hand right fucking here. That's the lighter he was smoking the meth with. He was just like, literally, immediately for the Narcan. I won't make you guys watch all of this. It's just a lot of like, he calls in more people. They drag him out into the hallway. They shoot him up. Like they shoot him up the nose like a good 3 or 4 more times with more Narcan. The initial cop washes his hands because he's a very fucking smart guy, and they're just like he's unresponsive for a good while, and then but he is okay. Like that's why I'm okay. I'm fine showing this because he doesn't die. That's not a dead person you're looking at right now. This is a fucking idiot. Cause like. Literally, he told the dude, the meth head he took the fucking shit from, he's like, we almost had to Narcan you last week. And then you pull shit off of this guy and think it's a good idea to go smoke it? Even if you regularly smoke meth, even if you're a fucking meth head of a cop yourself, why would you smoke the meth you know is likely fucking laced with fentanyl? What? What? As a cop, you have to know that there are probably cleaner dealers around town. He folded, though. Yeah, the fentanyl lean. Because that's the thing, right? Like, fentanyl puts you out fast. That's why his head was, like, back in the corner like that, because he fucking probably dragged down the fucking corner of the stall. He likely hit the corner and, like, slid more so than straight fell, given with how his head is. And, like, this is why I say it's funny and it's the best fucking thing ever, because, one, nobody died, alright, so we're not laughing at someone who died. I wouldn't be that sad if he did. 2, you yourself told this fucking dude, we almost had to fucking Narcan you because we thought you almost died on fentanyl, so I'm gonna take your shit and go smoke it myself while I'm pulling my pud at the police station on the clock. Like, there is so much to this. Let me get... Right? So, sorry. We'll skip past the grossness of him mostly being unresponsive and getting a bunch of Narcan shoved up his nose. What? Shut up. It's Narcan. This fucking boyfriend just shouting from the kitchen like he's part of the stream or something. Anyway, so then these guys go out and they start talking about basically what happened.
Whose car is this? That's his car. That's my car. I came to use the restroom. I thought he was in there.
Also, let's talk about how lucky this dumbass of a fucking cop is that this dude happened to have to take a shit at that point in time. 3 more fucking minutes and he'd be dead. Like, they'd be walking in on a body. No, because you took it. Probably. Yeah, light your joint. Again, I got the boyfriend interrupting.
What do I need it for now?
I don't have it. Your dick is out. But yeah, it's just like 2 more minutes, even 2 more minutes, and this dude probably would be brain dead. And it's just like, thank fucking God this man had to drop the Cosby kids off the pool. Otherwise, you'd be dead, dude. You would be fucking dead. Jorking it on the job while smoking the joint you busted off a druggie is wild, right? Not any druggie either. The one you almost had to Narcan last week.
There was no almost with you, bud. Alright, taking a poop, and as soon as I open the door, he's leaving.
I thought he was taking a poop.
Against the corner. So
Okay, hang on a second, my guy. No, 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 no. Let's go back and see what you opened the door in on. Unless you thought he was popping a squat in the fucking corner. Sorry, I'm shouting at you guys. I'm all excited now. This just makes me laugh, okay? We're gonna go back. We're gonna go back. This is the second cop coming in again, okay? We go in the bathroom. You thought he was oh, my God, you guys can't see that enough. You thought this man right here, you thought he was taking a poop, laying down with his hands sticking out the stall door. You thought he was taking a poop. Dude, no, you knew what he did. You knew he went and smoked some shit. It was on the fucking fentanyl lean. That's why you went from here. Oh no, Tommy's down. Right out the door for the Narcan. Okay, you did not think he was taking no poop. All right, let's try that again. Let's go back. You got something you want to say? What?
I forgot about that part. I just love how innocent he sounds, like some 12-year-old kid in grade school. I thought I was taking a poop.
The way he says it is great too. I thought he was taking a poop. It's just poop.
Like he's 12 in grade school talking to the principal.
You just Narcan this dude. He might still potentially not make it. They're not sure at this point. And you thought he was taking a poop. But also, let's be honest. You did not think he was taking a poop. You knew exactly what he was fucking doing. That's why you didn't even go more than 2 steps into that bathroom.
I was hoping to catch a piece.
A poop?
No. Oh, I haven't told me.
No, again, it's because it's like, oh yeah, Jimmy does the fucking shit sometimes. Well, god damn it, he just scored today. I think it's some bad shit.
Fucking Jimmy.
Alright, no, that's where he went back out for the Narcan. That's where he's like, okay, this is where they're coming out.
Wrapping it over to place home.
Yeah.
This might be it right here.
Oh, hang on a second. No, because they have a conversation about, like, what happened during the bust. Here it is.
So I ran back and got my Norcan. And as soon as I opened the door, he's leaning against the corner. So I ran back and got my Norcan.
As soon as I opened the door, he's leaning against the corner, so I ran back and got my Narcan. Dude, why? You were literally, and it's, and this, the only reason I'm pointing this out is because by the end of the body cam footage, they get into plausible deniability talk, and I'll point that out when I, like, skip to it, but, like, they're literally admitting that they know this dude does drugs by basically saying, well, I saw him leaning against the corner, so I got my Narcan. In all honesty, if that were me and just my buddy who doesn't have a fucking meth addiction, I would check for a pulse and breathing and a blocked airway and, like, maybe, like, look in their eyes because I think that's going to tell me something in my panic, but I know it won't. And, like, maybe try to, like, wake them up, shake them awake before I think, like, maybe it's drugs. Of course, unless I see his dick is out and it's fucking lighters in his hand, but he didn't even get that far in to see that. He just saw him doing the fentanyl lean and went, damn it, Jimmy's on the fentanyl again, gotta get the Narcan. Let's shove 6 of these up his fucking nose because he does so much shit that one ain't gonna save him. Wait, why was he recording in the bathroom in the first place? You know, actually, living abnormality, that's an interesting point. Why was the body cam, like, because they don't have them on, they don't run at all times. That's why in the very beginning there was no audio, because he hadn't hit the audio to record yet. They actually have to turn those on. No, Pickles, he makes a good point. It is a body cam, but those things are not recording all the time because, like, otherwise you're getting into violations of privacy. Like, what, my dick's got to be on body cam every time I'm on shift because I have to take a piss? Like, no, that's literally a violation of someone's rights. Not to mention the person who has to, like, monitor that body cam footage. Like, what, they just got to stare at a bunch of dicks all the time? Like, you can't ask people to do that. So, like, they have policies in place where, like, as soon as they get onto a call or whatever, like, you'll see it a lot in, if you watch body cam footage, a lot of it starts in the car. because it's typically just about when they get the call, when they start basically being active on whatever case it is they're on, call it is that they're on. That's usually typically when they'll start recording. That's why, like, this one didn't start till Buddy was out of the car. The audio didn't start until they had approached the guy. But yeah, if you were just, like, going to the bathroom, why would your body cam be rolling? And then you had the sense to turn the audio on
Plausible deniability.
while you're saving him. Like, did he tell this second cop, yo, I'm gonna go do this shit, follow me up in the bathroom in about 5-10 minutes just in case it's dodgy? Oh my god, living abnormality just blew my mind right there with that. Because that was so conveniently timed.
Yeah. Hey, extra, just in case. I gave him one. I think they gave him another one.
Looks like Marty's having a fentanyl overdose right now.
Fentanyl overdose right now? What reason would you have to suspect that? You can't test for it right fucking then and there. He fucking smoked it. Like, it's, you guys couldn't see that. That's fine. It was mostly the audio anyway. That's, like, so fucked up. Anyway, more of them giving him Narcan, and he's still unresponsive, but he doesn't die. And then they go into checking his car. Because essentially what they're doing, because, like, some of this I think has happened off camera. There's been conversations about the fact that he was on a drug bust. He was, like, basically had a drug bust earlier that day. And I think his partner noticed the whole foil of meth into the glove and just tossed it into the back seat, because that is brought up. So now essentially they're looking for the meth to see if he, like, submitted it into evidence or has it in the space where he's supposed to submit it into evidence. Like, they're basically trying to see if they can find the meth, because if they can't find the meth in his car, it's likely on his person because he fucking did it. Which they clearly already know.
This might be it right here.
What?
Nope.
Do we want to put masks on? If it's been all up in there for a while, or?
Alex said it was in a glove.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it.
A couple more gloves.
I felt those. Doesn't put anything in it.
That one's empty.
I'm not seeing anything in
So I
the
need to go
box.
search.
No, you
Didn't
checked that
didn't
one.
feel like there was anything in them.
Because now they're
Not
trying to
that
find
one.
meth.
Would probably not be in his ticket though.
Actually, shine light over here, Sarge.
Spoiler alert, they find it in his pocket.
Something now.
Damp, but I don't feel.
And this is why I say this is the funniest fucking thing I've ever seen, because, like,
Don't feel anything on that one.
I gotta pause this again just to bring my face up. I've known homeless meth heads with better sense than this. Let alone a meth head. And I'm just calling this guy a meth head because I'm sorry, if you're this stupid, you're a fucking meth head at that point. Like I've literally known homeless fucking cracked out meth heads that would, like, steal your dog to sell for meth, have better sense than this meth head with a, like, what, $20,000-$30,000 government vehicle that he probably could easily make go missing for some fucking a good deal of meth, who comes into contact with a good deal of meth on a regular basis, who probably knows enough context to his job to find, like, a clean dealer. Don't do meth, kids. Clean meth is all... There is no clean meth. That's a myth. It's all bad. The big three, you don't do. Crack, meth, heroin. Don't do those. I mean, don't do all drugs. All drugs are bad. But yeah, it's just, they know. Oh, hey, Anonymous, you're a little late.
I don't see any other gloves floating around in there, do you?
No.
I don't think he would. I don't think he would have.
I wouldn't think so, but
Unless he already.
That's the thing, Pickles. It's like, these guys are subjected to
hey.
random drug testing, too.
Yes.
Can you do me a favor?
What do you mean?
Actually, I'll have.
What do you mean?
pull up his last call that he was on and see if he already logged anything in RMS for it. I'm surprised we haven't done that, and if we're not finding it, he could have already possibly booked it.
I was like, he was on a 415 family, and it didn't say anything about dope.
No, he was on a, he collected dope at like 6:30-ish.
Okay.
Collected dope at 6:30, and everybody knows it.
Yeah. Let me grab my small light, because I'm not seeing anything. He said what was relayed to me is the last he saw was it went into a glove and into the trunk.
Right before.
Your glove in the trunk?
Yeah. The guy told him it was meth,
Somebody
according to the
told
updates.
on him.
Okay.
Yeah. The guy said it was meth, and then the cop was like, "Oh, you're chasing that dragon, are you?" And like, my boyfriend will correct me right now if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's heroin, right? Smoking heroin? Yeah. Chasing the dragon is smoking heroin, not meth. So like, dude, even for a meth head, you got it wrong. But it's got to be heroin, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. This dude was just smoking meth off a tinfoil. That's not chasing the dragon. Is it? Am I wrong?
It could be used for that.
Okay, alright, maybe I'm wrong then. I've only ever heard it referred to as like fucking smoking heroin, so.
It's the practice, not the drug.
Okay, there you go.
The ritual.
It's just, alright, I was wrong.
Roll a hash joint, roll a weed joint, you're still rolling the joint. Same kind of deal.
Fair. I told you he'd correct me if I was wrong.
Say it's not in the pockets, maybe.
Well, that's gonna be the next check.
But I don't see anything loose.
You want to repat down the gloves here? I'm not feeling anything in them. Because it said it was foil, so I know there should be a little squishiness to them.
Where's the mess? One spoiler alert, it's in his pocket. How much of this do we go through? There's a lot
on
of
this side.
So there's a lot of this where they're looking through the car, they can't find it, he didn't log it into evidence, they're looking all in the same places again, talking about how it was like, oh, they find like broken bits of like an old pipe, and they're like, that may have just been from a fucking older bust because it's broken, or he broke his old pipe and had to get a new one. So then we get to the hospital. Deputy Morales. Fucking idiot. Marvin Morales. Oh my god. You have no business sharing a last name with a Spider-Man because, you're a fucking idiot. So this is him in the hospital. This is his family and shit. He's just like, oh, fuck, man. Fuck, they caught me, man. It's on video, man. Shit. I'm fucked. I'm done. Their audio comes back in a minute here. Oh my god, buddy, are you okay? Like, we almost lost you there. And to your own stupidity. No, they're grabbing his pants. Because they're still looking for the meth. Yeah, they cut that off you. Yep, they did. They probably cut the pants off him, too.
There's no way I need to do it. You know you're wearing whatever you
Oh, don't show us the crusty undies. I don't need to know if he shit himself. It's like, what are you doing with the pants? Leave the pants. He's like, no, don't look at my pants. Oh, no. They found the meth.
don't. You wouldn't have done anything. You wouldn't have done anything. Would have been better. You probably. But no, you wouldn't have done anything.
Come on, where's the plausible deniability chat?
You can send you over here. We're in room 23. It's left pen, cargo pocket.
You found something?
Yeah. So, here.
You found something?
What caused this film, that exposure, it was a foil that they pulled off of, like, on a call.
Do you hear that? The glove that may have caused this to him. The exposure. Buddy, it wasn't exposure. He was pulling his pud and smoking some fucking meth, not heroin.
And I think you can feel the foil in there. Yeah. I don't want to fucking open it up and get us all exposed. Yeah.
Oh, you got sense, but he had no problem doing that on the scene.
It's crazy. Shit happens quick. So I'm always worried about, like, so many times I search people with no gloves. Yeah. Not even thinking, you know? And it's like, fuck. Like,
here's where it starts.
All lucky. Like that one cop in
plausible
SoCal,
deniability.
He was exposed to it. They were just getting rid of some drugs that they found. Yeah. And if he wasn't touching it with no gloves, and boom, hit him. He fell out right there.
Right out, dude, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that fentanyl thing.
Yeah.
Like, supposedly if you ingest it, like...
It's transdermal.
Your skin will absorb, absorb it.
Yeah.
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 It doesn't take much.
Who knows the concentration?
You hear that, guys? It's not his fault. He didn't smoke it. It's transdermal. It absorbed through his skin. Like, okay, what's that movie, babe? Babe? Boyfriend? What's that movie? With the acid in his pocket?
SLC Punk.
My resident knowledge is my boyfriend. So there is a movie, and it is actually very funny. I've only watched it because of my boyfriend. It's called SLC Punk. And there's a scene in it where there's this one dude who's selling acid. He's got a shitload of it in his pocket. And, like, he's selling it on, like, I think, a high school campus. It's American high school campus in the movies, so it really looks more like a college campus. Anyway, there's security who comes up to him, and he starts running, and he runs through the football field, and the sprinklers are going off in the football field, which hits his jeans and soaks through and hits the acid, which soaks into his leg, and dude's been tripping on acid for, like, I don't know, 3 to 5 business days. And that's literally what they're trying to set up as what happened to this guy right now in real life. Oh, it's transdermal, and they're going to say it in a few minutes. That's why I'm talking about this now. They're literally going to say, if somehow it seeped through his pants and got into contact with his leg, well, that's totally going to make him pull his dick out and then fold like a fucking accordion in the bathroom. And again, if you check his fucking phone, I'm willing to bet there's a Pornhub tab fucking opened up there. No, stop moving that. That's not what I want to move. Like, it's just, Can you, like, piss off? There, thank you. There we go. Not you, sorry. My screen. They're lying. Alyssa, yes, it can. Like, fentanyl is very serious. It is very dangerous. It is transdermal, okay? It is. We'll finish this video in a second. I'll get into a fucking real life story here. I had a job for a while where I was picking up dead people for the city. Yes, that's a real job. And one call that we went out on, we had to go pick up this guy. He had, fucking died in his house, whatever. We got called in to pick him up. And we go in there, there's a cop on scene because this dude had, like, just gotten out of prison on parole and there was drugs involved, so, like, there was the cop there and everything. We go into this house. To be quite honest, there's fucking drug paraphernalia everywhere. There's fucking crack pipes everywhere. We get into the bedroom where this guy is, and no word of a lie, this man died, sitting up against his wall, fucking dick out in his bed, laptop on his lap. He was fucking smoking some crack, coming and going at the same fucking time. The porn was still on his laptop and playing when the cops got there to do, like, the fucking welfare check and everything. So, literally, as we're moving this guy to a position where me and my coworker could, like, transport him to the fucking stretcher and everything, we roll him over, and a bag of, I don't know, crack, meth, heroin, it's probably meth, given the pipes, fucking falls out of his ass. It didn't actually, but, like, I don't know if it was in his lap or something, but it literally fell right where his ass had been. And the cop, like, jumps on it to, like, snatch it up because, like, anybody really wants crack out of a dead crackhead's ass. I don't know. I don't know. He acted like we were gonna grab it or something, and I just literally looked at him. I was like, trust me, dude, neither of us wants any of that. We got off that call once we had finally, like, brought his body to the morgue. We got reamed the fuck out by our supervisor because the second we walked, before we even walked into that house, we should have had masks on. Because, especially in the area where this guy lived, there were multiple people at the time, like within a span of like 2 or 3 weeks, that were inhaling fucking airborne fentanyl and dying from it. So, like, no, it's not a myth, Alyssa. You don't know what you're talking about when it comes to fentanyl. Please stop speaking objective facts that you don't understand. Just because Snopes told you it wasn't true is not the end all and be all, okay? I've been a lot closer to drugs than you have. I have seen a lot more than you have, and I don't need Snopes to tell me if it actually happened or not. Back to this plausible deniability that they're about to set up here. Oh yeah, doesn't take much.
Yeah.
The concentration.
No, it's not.
Well,
Like, the stuff they do in hospitals is micrograms, right?
yeah, it's nice.
Out here it's in grams. So
It's also not clean.
I mean, 1 gram is enough to, like, screw somebody up.
Yeah.
It's good. Fentanyl all the time.
Well, I mean,
Like
And that's the other thing, like, that part actually is true. Like, yeah, when they give you medical fucking fentanyl in the hospital, they are dealing in micrograms because it is a severely fucking powerful drug. It can fucking kill you very fucking easily. It suppresses your fucking your nervous system, which fucking controls your breathing. Okay, Alyssa, stop using the internet as your fucking source. Oh, just Google. Okay, cool. I've been there. I've seen it. I have been the kind of person who had to worry about fentanyl because I was doing street drugs. And your biggest drug is Google. Most of your drug experience comes from Google. Alyssa, I'm trying to be nice here, but you need to fucking stop. You're not using doctors, you're using Google. You're not using doctors, you're using Google, you're using the internet. You're saying the internet says you're wrong, so that means I'm going to spit all these facts. Do you have your doctorate? Are you a toxicologist? Because if you're not, shut the fuck up. I ask, and I'm nice, and I explain myself, and you want to fucking argue, then I'm going to be a fucking bitch.
yeah.
Like
You know
a,
what I mean.
yeah, no, I know exactly what you mean. Just like a tiny speck. Can kill you.
Yeah.
It's
Like a
Enjoy your time
minimal
out, Alyssa.
fraction of your pinky nail.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah. Like I really am surprised it doesn't happen more often.
Yeah.
You know?
You guys are like, especially if you're finding some like,
Yeah.
you guys
I know.
I know.
I
Yeah.
know. Alright, don't put that on me. Don't put that on me. Yeah. I'm just kidding.
There's no way in here.
I mean, it's one of those things, man. How many people we contact, how many drug dealers we find.
Mm-hmm.
I search people with no gloves all the time.
Yep.
Sometimes you don't have time.
Well, most of the time I do.
Oof, they give you opioids for a rash, Hailstorm? That must be
Yeah.
a really bad rash.
I'm glad you're all right, man.
Did they already say it? I think they already said it. I missed it.
Out here is in grams. So it's, I mean, 1 gram is enough to like screw somebody up.
Yeah.
It's good. Fentanyl all the time.
Well, I mean,
Like a,
yeah.
like
You know
a,
what I mean.
yeah, no, I know exactly what you mean. Just like a tiny speck can kill you.
Yeah.
It's
Like a minimal fraction of your pinky nail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys be careful.
I know.
Yeah. Like I really am surprised it doesn't happen more often.
Yeah.
You know.
You're gonna like, especially if you're finding somebody.
Yep.
That's why protocols are in place so that it doesn't happen more often.
Yeah.
Alright, don't put that on me. Don't put that on me. Yeah. I'm just saying.
Well, they haven't said it yet.
I mean, it's one of those things, man. How many people we contact, how many drugs we actually find.
Mm-hmm.
I search people with no gloves all the time.
Yep.
I know he says it.
Sometimes you don't have time.
Well, most of the time I do.
Will you guys be carrying Narcan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we all got it. I'm glad you're all right, man.
Come on, say it. I love how he's just not said a word. He's just sitting there realizing how fucked he is. I know you say it.
What's his name?
Guy right there.
You're so popular, babe.
You're so popular. Yeah, you're even more popular on the internet.
Anything else?
My friends gave me the lean in middle school. I thought it was a made-up thing. I was genuinely terrified Mel got mad at me for panicking.
Oh, really?
Lean is cough syrup, guys.
Wow. Did they double check his head, make sure you have a bump on the back?
Yeah, the CT looked good. I was
Okay,
asking
good.
like if the toilet is like next to the wall because I think he brushed his head.
Oh.
He wasn't near the toilet. What are you talking
the hallway
about?
bathroom. The one in the front lobby.
Yeah, with all the front lobby.
Yeah. That one that you buzz your way in through.
So it only has, it is against the wall.
Yeah.
Come in.
Hello.
Hi.
Alright, doctor has sent you for discharge. I took over for you.
Wow.
Yeah, took over for you, so I'll be sending you home, okay, sir? No changes have been made to like your regular care. You're still going to,
Anyway, I thought they said it, but like maybe it was a little further back. I swear I swear in that conversation that they had said, oh yeah, it's like, you know, if it seeps through and comes into contact with your leg, and it's like that's not going to happen, like unless I don't know, you put literally just straight drugs in your pocket like in the fucking movie. But it's ridiculous. Like you yourself knew this dude had dirty drugs, so you take them to the bathroom and do them? What? What? I'm sorry, what? Like, how hurting were you for a hit? Okay, but I had a blood test due soon. It was extremely sheltered to give give middle school me the pass. I mean, well, okay, don't get me wrong. I don't say it's cough syrup to be like, oh, it's just cough syrup. No, it can fuck you up. 100% can fuck you up. You fucking overdose on cough syrup and you will hallucinate. It's not a fun time. But Yeah, that won't show up on a blood test. Not unless they're specifically looking for it. I just I really hate when people's sticking point is the fucking internet, because, like, well, the internet said, and this is on the internet, and that is on the internet. Okay, cool. And there's also large studies that have gone on and been exposed on the internet on how certain funding for certain research gets pulled when it doesn't get the results that other people want it to be given. And the government loves to push propaganda, and doctors and big pharma are how they do it. And just bugs the shit out of me. Especially when, like, the amount of experience they have is literally nothing. To the point that you have to Google it. Case in point, what the hell are you gonna do? Would you have done if there was no Google? Like, there was a time where Google didn't exist, and even before, when it originally, like, existed, you couldn't just, like, Google something and get a straight answer or get the information. The fact that there are research papers and fucking stuff written by toxicologists and doctors and this kind of shit on the internet is a fairly new fucking thing. And considering media literacy is in the shitter, 90% of people on the internet don't know how to vet their fucking sources. Case in point, Snopes is apparently the end all and be all. Like, just because it's on the internet doesn't mean you've won. Like, it's like, that's not the end all and be all, okay? 9 times out of 10, the internet is like the tiniest fucking sphere of knowledge that exists, because most people that know this shit because they went to school for it don't spend their fucking time on the internet. There's also the fact that, like, you know, a toxicology paper written by a toxicologist who's done nothing but read books and probably has no experience of their own with fentanyl, I am assuming here, saying, like, making broad statements about a drug that in reality its interaction on a biochemical level is going to be different from person to person. Like, where are the studies that say how fentanyl reacts with something like Seroquel or an antidepressant, or if you've taken pain meds that day? Like, there's your like, each person's individual physiology that needs to be taken into account. There's the fact that, like, most sedatives and shit are distributed based upon your weight for a fucking reason, so the amount differs between person to person. So, like, yeah, the amount of fentanyl used to kill me might not be the same amount of fentanyl used to kill someone who's 4 foot nothing and you know, 90 fucking pounds, or somebody who's like 7 feet tall and 300 pounds, right? It's not just a one size fucking fits all, and you can't just sit there and go, well, doctors say that you can't die from inhaling fentanyl. That's a very wide, broad statement that even in the sense of a fucking, even in the sense of a case study, does not define the parameters enough. You can't OD off of inhaling how much fentanyl, because I can promise you, if I had a pile of fentanyl powder in my face, in my hand, and I went, smell it, does this smell like fentanyl to you? And went, I can promise you enough fentanyl is going to get in your system that you will fucking die. So to sit there and say, well, a doctor said you can't OD on it, is absolutely fucking ludicrous. And you did kind of miss the good stuff, Aaron. And to get to the point where you're going to continually argue that, well, I read it on the internet, after I've kindly tried to very, you know, kindly and nicely and gently be like, you don't know what you're talking about, shut the fuck up. To the point where I even get to the point where I'm saying, shut the fuck up, and you're still fucking going. Like, why? Because you read some words that said you're right, and now you're stuck on the fact that you want to be right? Ugh, like, if you're gonna sit there and like, well, toxicologists say you're wrong, are you a toxicologist? I can promise I can look at more drug names and tell you what their generic name is than you are. I can promise you I'm closer to a toxicologist in my experience than you are sitting on fucking the internet Googling shit. I know enough about medication to be able to tell when I was given Prozac when I shouldn't have been given Prozac in the hospital. Can you? Like, to sit there and like be like, well, I read it on the internet, so that means you don't know anything, is just really fucking stupid. And I'm not about being nice to stupid, to be honest. You were busy with mod business. Oh, that's okay. I remember a body cam when a police officer rightfully crashed out because he wasn't sure if there were drugs in the car because his canine had looked in the car and the passenger dropped a baggie. Oh, I saw that one, Hailstorm. They threw something. Like super, like I remember that it was egregious too. And they're like, you know, you didn't tell me that was in there. Now I'm exposed. My partner's exposed. My dog's been exposed. Like, dude lost his shit. And rightfully fucking so. And like, even in the video we just watched, you saw the other cops on scene. They're like, well, when they opened the trunk, they're like, well, should we put masks on? But like that first cop, he's like, I'm just going to open this and handle it with my bare hand. Drinking too much water too fast is dangerous. You can overdose on water. That's actually a common, well, at the very least it used to be a common thing that happened with fucking rave kids, because they'd all get high on fucking ecstasy and end up overhydrating and flooding their fucking spinal cord. How does one go to educate themselves? Well, like you can use the internet to educate yourself, but like reading something on the internet doesn't make you the like sole proprietor of that information, if that makes sense. Like, just because you read it on the internet doesn't mean you know more than somebody who's had like physical experience with, say, drugs. You know, like textbooks are vetted more than the internet is. I drank 3 cups of water and I flooded myself at a club with music. Oh, Aaron, no, were you one of the rave kids high on ecstasy? You can drown yourself in 2 inches, yep, because you can like inhale a fucking like millimeter of water and then get pneumonia and fucking die from that. Dry drowning is a thing. But like, yeah, just to sit there and like make sweeping fucking statements like you can't overdose on this. You can overdose on anything, okay? A vitamin A overdose will destroy your fucking liver. And that's something you're supposed to take on a daily basis, but you take too much of it and it literally will fucking kill you. You can overdose on oxygen. You can overdose on fucking water, on food, on sugar, on salt, on meat, on dairy, like literally anything. And then when you get into drugs and then you get into opioids and you want to like spread propaganda that's like, oh, fentanyl is not as dangerous. It's not in street weed. It's not in this. It's not in that. It's all a myth. When like the bodies are literally stacking up. Yeah. A lot of these same doctors said COVID wasn't a thing until it was too. So like, vet your fucking sources. Wasn't there a hazing incident at a frat house for making a kid drink too much water? Probably. Because overhydration is a thing. Fucking H2O intoxication is a thing. I'm like, first of all, I don't trust any doctor that's gonna say you can't overdose on a drug. Because yes, you fucking can. And then when like, and it all, like, there's also the fact of like, what were these actual like toxicology reports? Were these reports about medical grade fentanyl that is controlled in a hospital? Because yeah, chances are you've run zero risk of inhaling fentanyl and dying in a hospital. You have zero risk of inhaling fucking medical grade fentanyl and dying because that's not what's on the street. Like, there's a lot of propaganda about drugs that aren't true, but everything negative they say is fucking true. They're drugs. Like, no, weed does not have, like, 4 times the chemicals in it that cigarettes do, like the DARE program taught me when I was younger. But by smoking it, you're still breathing in carcinogenics, and that's not good for you. I'm sure THC does something to the level of natural endorphins my brain can what's the word? I'm sure it does something to the natural endorphins that my brain is capable of producing over time. Like, which I hate when people get ignorant about drugs. And I say this as somebody who is like a casual fucking drug user, okay? You wanna be casual about it. You wanna even like contemplate a casual relationship with drugs, that's one thing, but to be fucking flippant about it, that tells me you're gonna be the kind of addict that's like, but I could die, you should help me. No. You knew. She said dry vaping is better. No, I wouldn't say vaping is better simply because we have enough dead people from smoking to know the science behind what smoking does to your lungs and your body. There are simply not enough dead people from vaping to actually know what vaping does to your body over time. So in all honesty, the better thing is to not do either, is to just simply not smoke or vape. It's why edibles are a big thing, especially in the States, because y'all's weed is shit. It's not even real weed. I swear to God, that's why Americans are really big on edibles now, because that's literally the only like actual THC that you guys get. That Delta 8 and Delta 9 shit is just garbage. Whereas in Canada, like literally I grow my own plants. I fucking showed you guys over the summer. We went outside and touched grass, and those grass were my pot plants. I say they weren't. They were the boyfriends. But, I got to smoke them, so. You know, I can go to the liquor store and buy fucking weed. Dry herb vaping. Well, the thing about dry herb vaping is it's like the same with like liquid vaping, just the science isn't there. And the science isn't going to be there until it becomes a thing long enough that people reach the end of life, and then autopsies are done, and like science is like, well, what happened to this dead person, and then what they can attribute to vaping. I mean, that's how we know what we know about smoking cigarettes. Nice. That's how we know what we know about smoking cigarettes, is enough people have died who were heavy smokers, and then medical students and shit and professors were like, well, let's cut them open and see what's going on in there. And frankly, there's just not enough vaping in dry vaping and liquid vaping hasn't been around for long enough for just there to be enough dead people for us to do that kind of science. And like, frankly, I'd rather trust the devil I know than the devil I don't. I know smoking weed is inevitably going to give me cancer because I'm smoking. It's carcinogenics in my lungs. It's breathing shit that isn't oxygen is just not good for you, period. But I know that. I know what I'm signing up for. Vaping, I don't really know what I'm signing up for, and I'm kind of not okay with that. Frankly, it's safer to just eat your weed, because then you're not fucking with your lungs. But there is also the fact that edibles give you a body high, smoking gives you a mind high, and they are different. And then there's also like, it depends on what you're smoking for, or what you're consuming weed for in general. Like, sorry, if you're smoking to get high, or if you're consuming weed to get high, here, babe, boyfriend.
Yeah,
You can't see me. I can't hear you. I don't like vaping personally because I just don't like the vapor. So I don't like humidity. And with wet vaping, it's a wet vapor, right? It's very moist because it comes from fucking liquid 9 times out of 10. 9 times out of 10, all the time with wet vaping, with liquid vaping. What? Sorry, my boyfriend's playing video game. Yes, I saw that. So liquid vaping it creates a very moist vapor, and I can't breathe when there's high moisture in the air. Like, so saunas, I can't really go in. I can't spend a long time in. Steam rooms, same thing. When it gets really hot out here in Nova Scotia, because we're right on the water, it gets very humid and the air gets really thick, and then I struggle to breathe. So I don't like vaping mostly for that reason alone. I've been smoking literally half my life. So I'm very much like, I'm okay with the dry cigarettes or the dry smoke that comes through the bong. That makes no sense though. Why is it dry if it comes through the bong? It's not hot enough, that's why. The whole human body is delicate. Yeah. I dry herb vape sometimes, but only CBD weed. I mean, that's fair. Yeah, but usually weed with a higher CBD content has a lower THC content. Um, my only issue, again, is like American weed is shit. Like, I feel so bad. Maybe Colorado. Probably Colorado's probably got really good weed because they legalized weed right. Walking jellies attached to skeletons? Yes. Pretty much. The human body is a very delicate thing. But I mean, no. I was gonna be like, there's a wonder to it, but there really fucking isn't. Like, what do you mean I was just born with my brain soup slightly different with a little less salt than everybody else, so now I just can't hold down a job? What the fuck is that? They're also strangely resilient. I don't know. It's just a fucking weird thing. It's your body. Do what you fucking want with it at the end of the day. But know what you're signing up for, and don't go fucking cry and whine when you develop an addiction because you went and did a substance that, like, the whole world's been telling you you'll develop an addiction to this. Oh, hey, I'm from there. Our weed still smells like skunk. Yeah, well, like I said, Colorado is probably the only state that legalized weed properly. Even in terms of, like, Canada didn't legalize weed properly in terms of Colorado. I do not understand why everybody didn't see what Colorado did and went, we want a piece of that money. You guys literally made so much money on weed sales that they had to give money to people. They're like, we've made too much. Fucking take it. And I'm sorry, but the rest of the states that have legalized weed and all of Canada looked at that and went, nah. Fucking why? Cigarettes aren't shit. Don't smoke cigarettes. I mean, I live in Germany, so THC weed is kind of gray. What's really funny is the only reason that weed is even illegal is because hemp was a threat to, at the time, like the wood pulp industry. Like, why is iGoop not allowing me to see distances, right? We have a lot of weed out here. Like, a lot. Like, a lot. I don't know, I get different weed every time because it's just like, oh, what do I feel like getting today? At the same time, it's kind of funny because when I was younger, when I started smoking weed, like, before it was legalized and everything, like, we didn't really have names aside from, like, the old fucking, like, 60s and 70s strains that everybody, like, romanticized. There wasn't, like, names like this bud has this specific name and this specific THC content. It was just weed. And, like, sometimes it'd be called Kush because they wanted to sell it to you for more. Like, your street dealer wanted to sell it to you for more. They're like, nah, man, this ain't just weed. I got that Kush, you know, I got that purple. Like, this shit's expensive. I'm gonna charge you $20 a gram for this shit. Nope, nonsense. And, like, or, like, when they sell it, you get the regular shit and you just buy it and they're like, oh, yeah, man, this stuff's that dank, this, that purple, this name, this blah, blah, blah. And you just shrug it off by going, like, fuck, man, I don't know. I didn't go to weed college. It was a joke. It was literally mocking people who did that. But now it's a thing. Now weed college is a thing. And it just blows my mind that we used to fucking make fun of people who are like, it has this name and that strain and that strain. And it's like, yeah, okay, buddy, I didn't go to weed college. Now I'm sitting here going, fuck, why didn't I go to weed college? I want to try at least weed. I get chronic headaches due to concussions as a kid. Oof. Possibly undiagnosed ADHD, but I know it ain't gonna happen because I don't have health insurance. Rough. I don't know if weed would help ADHD, because usually they treat ADHD with like amphetamines, with stimulants, and weed isn't a stimulant. It's a depressant. Listen, I've seen people go crazy from sniffing those gross candies. Welcome to being human. Your depression comes free with purchase. I want my money back. How do I cancel this fucking subscription? This is shit. Okay, anyway, it's almost midnight and I have to cook dinner. But I had fun, for the most part. Aside from our moment of having to get angry. I only timed Alyssa out for 10 minutes, so I guess Alyssa just left. That's fine. Don't do drugs, kids. Drugs are bad. My cousin's going to weed college. He says he's a virgin with asthma. No one's ever going to buy weed from him. He has no riz. You don't need riz anymore, man. You just need fucking baby brain colors. But yep, I'm going to call it there and stop subjecting my boyfriend to this torture. I have to go cook some steaks. Have a good night, guys. Smooch. Hearts. Be good. Don't smoke meth that you got from a drug addict that you almost had to Narcan the week before. Alright, guys. Bye.